guys, it's Melanie. Happy Tuesday. Today we are going to be talking about the Colorscience Sunforgettable Total Protection Face Shield SPF 50. So I received this product courtesy of Colorscience through Octoly. So I did not pay for this product. All opinions are still my own. I actually applied to Colorscience to be able to review this particular product, and they approved, so they sent it out to me. When I got the package, they also sent me a sample size of their Sunforgettable Broad Spectrum SPF 50 Brush On Sunscreen, which I was really excited to see because I have seen lots of people talking about this and I was very, very curious about it. So I'm gonna give you guys some thoughts on this product as well. As always, all the links will be down below in the description box, so you can find links to these products down there. So I'm gonna get started with the Sunforgettable Total Protection Face Shield. And is this the box? Yep, so this is the box. It is 1.8 fluid ounces of product, or 55 mils, and it retails for $39. So it is a little bit more expensive. However, they estimate that this particular size should last you right around 90 days. So I think that's pretty fair. What I really was intrigued about this product was, well, one of the main things that kind of sucked me in at first was not only the SPF 50, but also that it is tinted. So it blends in with my skin really nicely, so I hope that you'll be able to see this, but this is what it looks like right here, so you can see that tint. And it is a much more fluid. Sorry if the lighting just changed. I messed with my blinds to try to adjust. It's pretty sunny today. So this is pretty fluid, and it is much more fluid than what I normally use, which you guys, I talk about it so much, I'm sure most of you can guess what's coming. The Polish Choice Resist Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense. This, however, is only an SPF 30. But that has much more of like a lotion, like thicker lotion type texture. This is a little bit more liquidy, I guess, but it blends in really nicely. It does take a little while to work this product into your skin, but once you get it in there, it tends to set very quickly. And for me, I can go in with the rest of my makeup usually within 3 to 5 minutes. I feel like sometimes with the Paula's Choice, I need to wait at least 5 minutes for that to fully set on my face. This tends to set a little bit faster. So I'm gonna give you guys just a quick rundown of some of the highlights of this particular SPF, and then I'm gonna tell you about my experience with it. I've been using it for several days now, probably about 4 or 5 days, and I really like it so far. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the key features of this, and then we'll get into my experience. So it is an SPF of 50. This has something called Enviro Screen technology, which provides environmental protection against UVA, UVB, pollution, blue light, and infrared radiation. So it covers a pretty broad spectrum. It's lightweight and visible coverage in a universal shade. So you are supposed to be able to use this whether you are super fair or whether you have a much darker complexion. It is a hydrating and antioxidant rich formula. It is oil-free and hypoallergenic. It's 100% chemical-free. It does use, it's a mineral sunscreen, so it's not a chemical sunscreen. It uses zinc oxide, and that is in a 12% concentration. It is sweat and water resistant for up to 40 minutes. It's Dermatologist Recommended, and it works on all skin types and skin tones. So I'm coming at this from the perspective of having extremely oily skin. I'm always a little bit hesitant to try new moisturizers or new SPFs on my face because my skin is so oily. It's hard for me to find products that work with my oily skin. But this works, you guys. I think the key thing that makes this work is the zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is also what is in my other Holy Grail sunscreen. So the Paula's Choice has it in a 13% concentration, and this is 12 here, like I said. But I feel like zinc oxide for me is sort of what helps to control the oil on my face. But I don't find this to be drying in any kind of way. It just gives me this really beautiful matte finish. Now, what I will say is about halfway, 3/4 way through the day, I do start to get a little bit of a glow to my skin. So it doesn't stay matte quite as long as the Paula's Choice does. But that being said, the glow that I get looks just like a beautiful, natural, like summer glow. I don't look greasy. I don't look oily. And if I want to do away with that, all I have to do is just press just a tissue on my skin, and it helps to sort of mattify things again. This has been really great for my skin, you guys. It doesn't clog my pores. It helps to even my skin out a little bit. So if I didn't want to wear foundation, I wouldn't necessarily have to. It wears all day. I mean, other than that little bit of like a glow that happens, I don't feel like I want to run to the bathroom and like wash my face because it doesn't feel disgusting. It's very wearable the entire day. This makes it through a workout at the gym. I don't feel like it breaks down at all. It's really nice, you guys. No breakouts, like I said. I don't feel like my skin is clogged. It's easy enough at night to take it off with my whatever cleanser I'm using, which right now is the Saturday Skin Rise and Shine Gentle Cleanser, and my Clarisonic removes perfectly. And it protects my skin, you guys. I was outside this past weekend doing a wedding, and it was pretty sunny. I had this on, and it protected my face perfectly, you guys. One of the reasons that I wanted to try an SPF 50 is that during the summer when I work outside, typically I will have to put on an additional SPF. And what I like to do when I'm out and about, let me grab it real quick, is once my makeup is already done, I will go in with the Kate Somerville Uncomplicated SPF 50 spray. So typically I will have to use a spray to get a higher sun protection factor when I'm working outside. But with this, I kind of feel like I don't necessarily have to spray my face. But I can bring this for on the go if I do want to touch up. And this is their Sunforgettable Broad Spectrum SPF 50 Brush On Sunscreen that I told you guys about. This is in the shade medium. And the way that this works is it's basically a brush on SPF. So you kind of have to prime it by like getting the product to come down. And once it does, then you basically just go in and you can brush it on your skin. So what you can do with this is brush it along like the high points of your skin to get some additional SPF if you feel like you need it. Brush it all over your face. I used it to sort of touch up my nose a couple times this past weekend because that is where my nose tends to get like kind of sweaty. So what I would do is go to the bathroom, sort of blot any sweat, let that area sort of dry a little bit, and then I'd go over and just add a little bit of SPF in that area. It worked perfectly, you guys. Now, the one thing that I was a little bit hesitant about is that this is obviously a brush. I like to clean my makeup brushes quite frequently. What they tell you to do with this is just take a like a paper towel that has some rubbing alcohol and just run it across the bristles. Obviously don't like have it soaking wet with alcohol, but you can disinfect these bristles with just, you know, kind of brushing it over or brushing a paper towel with some rubbing alcohol over this to, you know, clean these bristles up. So, and then just leave it open until the alcohol dissipates and you're basically good to go. This shade of medium does work for me, and I'm pretty fair. I don't feel like it oxidizes on me at all. So I really kind of like this on the go. So I'm gonna actually pop this into my purse. It is the perfect purse size, so I can have this for on the go. I did want to mention to you guys that I have in the past reviewed the Colorscience Natural Finish Pressed Foundation in the shade Light Beige. This is an SPF 20 sunscreen. So another thing that I can totally see myself doing over the summer is, especially if I'm working outside, is putting this on and then going over it for that, you know, additional coverage with the Colorscience pressed powder foundation here. So this natural beige shade, it's a little bit off. I do wish it was a little bit more yellow, but I can make it work, especially if it means that I have some additional coverage on my face. During the summer, I really am one of those sunscreen layering people. I have seen what a difference it has made in my skin over the last, you know, 5, 6, 7 years to protect the investment that I'm making with all of these skincare products that I'm using. If you are not protecting your face against the sun and you are buying, you know, lotions and potions and creams that are in the $50 to $150 price range, you're basically undoing anything that any of those creams, even drugstore products, are doing to your face by going out in the sun without having adequate protection on your face. Whatever SPF you use an SPF on your face. I happen to really like this one. It works really great on my skin. Like I said, it doesn't break down throughout the day. It protects my skin beautifully when I am outside working, and I love the fact that I can use this to touch up. So I've had a really great experience with this. Let me know if you have used any Colorscience products, what your thoughts are. I really see myself repurchasing this, especially during the summer months. I don't know that I would be as likely to repurchase it during, say, like November, December, January, February, but for spring and summer, when I am outside much more consistently for work purposes, I would absolutely repurchase this and put it on my face whenever I'm working outside, because it is a higher SPF than the Paula's Choice, and anytime that you can add additional protection, you should be doing that. So with sunscreen, it is important to remember that you do need to reapply. So I do not reapply this throughout the day. If I need that additional SPF, I've been using this, or I do have this in my work kit to touch up with. So anyway, I will link all of this stuff down below for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.